Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'll show you a new updated way on how to make your photos come to life using only PowerPoint, so let's get started. So first of all, what's so awesome about this new technique is that we will have to create only 2 animations and we will get this awesome infinitely looping waterfall with some animated water below. Because in my previous tutorial we had to add a bunch of animations, which was not so fun, and the duration of the animation was limited. So today I'll show you an updated way how to make things happen, so let's get going. So first of all, let's go to the selection pane and let me show you all of the objects that I have created for this animation. So as you can see, we have a man, we have some rocks, we have waves, we have a lake and waterfall. And you can click on the eyeball icons here in the selection pane to turn on and turn off the visibility of the separate objects. And this way you can see that I have created all of these objects separately, and I will show you step by step how we can create them. Alright, so let's turn on the visibility of all of these objects. And as always, let's open up a fresh blank new PowerPoint presentation. Alright, so let's set the slide layout to blank. And let's go to unsplash.com and let's grab this beautiful picture of waterfall and a man by Swann. So thank you very much, Swann. Link is in the video description for this exact photo if you want it. Let's hit Ctrl-V to paste our photo into PowerPoint. Let's grab this bubble on the left side and increase the size of the photo. Let's do the same on the right side. And now let's just go to picture format, crop options, and let's crop it to 16 by 9. You can adjust the positioning of your photo up and down. Let's click on crop. Beautiful. I think I will just move this photo upwards a little bit like this. Hit on crop. Awesome. Alright, let's go to the selection pane and let's give a name for this photo. So let's call it a background photo. By the way, you can see all of the keyboard keys that I'm pressing here on the left side of the window. So now let's just duplicate Command D, Control D, this first slide, and here on the second slide we will cut out this person. Alright, so for that we'll have to go to Insert, Shapes, and let's choose this tool called Pen Tool or Curve Tool. Alright, let's zoom into this person so that we can better see his head. Alright, and now what we will do, we'll basically be clicking around his body like this. And we don't have to do everything in one go, we can do the separate parts, and after that we will join everything together. Alright, make sure you connect the start point with the ending point. And let's give this shape a little bit of transparency in the fill options so that we can better see, what's behind the shape. Beautiful. And for the line, let's make it red. And let's reduce the thickness of this line to something like this. Alright, and if you're not happy with any of the points, you can always edit the points to make your, shape perfect. You can adjust the handles of the points. Alright, looking beautiful, and we can actually set this shape to be our default shape. So the next time we will be drawing another shape, it will be, semi-transparent blue shape with the red outlines. So now we can continue, clicking around the body of this person. So I'll just speed up a little bit so not to bore you to death. Once again, make sure that you connect the ending point with the starting point like that. We can edit any points that we want. We can, play with these white handles of any of those points. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's hold down the Shift key, select both of these objects, go to Merge Shapes and choose Union. And this way we have this one unified shape. So basically what we will do, we will select everything that we need. Then we will select the photo, we will select this shape, go to shape format, and we will choose intersect, and this way we will crop out this person. Alright, so let's continue with clicking around the rest of this body. Alright, and here we have this interesting situation. As you can see, there is a little bit of space between the hand and the rest of the body. So here we will draw a separate shape inside here. And let me just quickly edit one of these points on the left side of this shape. So let's just go to Edit Points, click on this point, and let's just grab this white handle and move it in slightly. Just wonderful. Now select this shape, let's select the small shape and choose Subtract. Beautiful. Alright, so now we can unify these two objects. Union, that's beautiful. And now let me speed up a little bit and continue with the rest of this body. Alright, let's union these two shapes once again. And as you can see, we have some space between the legs, so I'll just draw a shape and I will subtract it from the rest of the shape. Wonderful. And here at the bottom, as you can see, we have a couple of rocks, so let's just click around these rocks as well. Alright, so now let's select those rocks, let's select the person, and let's union everything into one beautiful object. As you can see, it looks like this. So now we can select our photo, then hold down the Shift key, select our shape, go to Shape Format, Merge Shapes, and choose Intersect. And this way we have cut out our person with the rocks. That's beautiful. So we can copy it, and we can paste it into the first slide, and let's give it a wonderful name in the selection pane. For example, man plus rocks. That's beautiful. Alright, let's turn on the visibility of our background photo. Okay, and now we can continue with cutting out this waterfall rock. So let's just copy our original photo and paste it in slide number 3. So let's go to Insert Shapes, let's choose our Curve tool, and let's just click around this beautiful rock. So make sure you connect the ending point with the starting point. Hold down the photo, select the photo, select the rock, and let's just choose Intersect. Beautiful. So for this rock, I would like to make this bottom edge of this rock a little bit softer. Let's just give it a name for this rock. Let's call it a waterfall rock. And let me show you how we can make this rock a little bit softer. So first of all, let's just duplicate it, Command D. And for this copy, let's just go to Picture Effects. Soft edges, and let's choose soft edge of 25 points. Alright, and for this first copy, let's just go to crop options, and let's just move in this bottom edge a little bit, and let's just move in this left side a little bit. Alright, click on crop, and let's align the soft copy to the right side. Alright, and this way we get a rock with a soft bottom, and that's awesome. So now let's just select both of these copies of rocks and let's group them into one group. So, and let's just give it a name, for example, waterfall rock, and this will be our waterfall rock. That's beautiful. Let's copy it and let's paste it into our first slide. So once again, let's copy and paste it into the first slide. That's beautiful. Alright, so as you can see, we have already created our waterfall rock, man plus rocks, and we have our background photo. Alright, that's awesome. So let's continue with creating this lake at the bottom of the photo. And let's paste our original photo right here, go to Shapes, let's grab the Freeform tool, and let's just freehand and draw this shape around the water of this photo. Something like this, beautiful. Select the photo, hold down the Shift key, select the shape, go to Shape Format, Merge Shapes, and choose Intersect. Beautiful. And now let's just make this top edge of this, shape a little bit soft. So let's just make a soft copy of this lake. All right. So for the first copy, let's just go to crop options, move down this, top edge like this. And for this guy, let's just move it back to place. And we should have a, lake with soft edge at the top. That's beautiful. So let's group everything and let's give it a beautiful name, for example, waves. So let's copy this group and let's paste it into the first slide. That's beautiful. Let's just make sure that man plus rocks is on the top. It should be our top layer. That's beautiful. And actually, let's change the name of waves to lake, because we will still have to create waves later on. That's beautiful. Okay, and now let me show you how we can create those beautiful waves. All right, so let's copy our original photo once again. Let's create a new slide. And here, let's go to Insert, Shapes. Let's choose a rectangle. And let's just draw a rectangle which covers this beautiful water. So let's make sure we just get this beautiful texture of water like this. All right, now let's select the photo, let's select the rectangle and choose intersect. Beautiful. Now let's go to format picture and let's add a 50% of transparency to this photo. And let's add some soft edges, 25 points. That's beautiful. All right, now let's just copy the original photo once again. Let's paste it here. Let's make it green just for fun. And let's send it to back, so that we can better see our texture and that we can better see, how big our texture should be. So let's make sure that, our texture covers the whole water area like this. Okay. And now let's just make sure that this water texture nicely touches the left side of the slide. It can even go a little bit, beyond the slide. That's okay. And let's make sure that it touches the bottom. Beautiful. Now we can copy this water texture. We can even flip it horizontally so that it nicely connects with the first copy of the water texture. Beautiful. Let's duplicate it one more time. We can flip this one horizontally as well. All right, let's reduce the width of this water texture. That's beautiful. And this way we have created a wave texture, for the bottom of our animation. That's beautiful. So now let's just select all of these shapes and let's group them into one group. Control G. All right, and now we will duplicate this group and we will add a copy of this group here on the right side. But the problem here is that it's quite hard to align it, perfectly, so that's why I would suggest to create a full slide rectangle like this. Yep. Now let's send it to back. And now let's group all of these elements into one group. Control G. Let's duplicate them. And now it will be much easier to align these two rectangles like this. All right, so make sure both of these rectangles are aligned perfectly, and now we can ungroup these rectangles. We can delete these rectangles and we should be left with two perfectly aligned groups of texture that we can group into one big group. All right, so let's copy this wave texture. Let's give it a name of waves. All right, let's copy waves and let's paste them into the first slide. That's beautiful. Let's just go to the selection pane and make sure that those waves are in the correct place. Alright, so waves should be, yes, behind man and rocks and behind the waterfall rock. Alright, now let me show you how we can add a looping animation to these waves. Alright, so let's just go to animations. Let's go to add animation and let's find a line animation. Let's just make sure it goes to the left side. Let's click on this red arrow, let's select this red bubble and move it to the left side until it clicks. Click, something like that. Alright. Now let's just go to animation pane so that we can look into the effect options. So for the duration, let's set it for 10 seconds. For the start, let's start with previous, and let's make sure we don't have any smooth start, no smooth end. And let's make sure it repeats until the end of time, until the end of slide. And let's give it a preview on full screen. As you can see, waves are going very fast, so we can increase the duration. And as you can see here, the rocks are behind the waves, so we'll have to fix this rock a little bit. Don't worry about that. Okie dokie, so let's increase the duration to 40 seconds and let's preview it on the full screen. So now, as you can see, the water is moving much more slower. That looks, I guess, much more natural. And now let's just go to the selection pane. Let's turn off all of the elements and let's just leave those rocks because I just want to edit the bottom edge of those rocks a little bit. I think this bottom edge is a little bit too soft, so let me just bring back some of that hardness to the bottom edge of the rock, and let's preview it on the full screen. I think it looks much better right now. That's a subtle detail, but still, I just wanted to fix that. Okay, and now we can basically finish by creating the last piece. So that is waterfall. So once again, let's paste our original photo here on the slide number 6. Okay, let's actually reveal the waterfall that we had in the original photo. Let's add a 50% transparency to this original photo. Okay. And now let's just grab the rotation handle and let's rotate this photo so that we get this waterfall in a straight line. If we would activate the slide guides, we could see that, you know, the water flow is straight like this. Okay. Now let's just go to Insert, Shapes and choose a rectangle, and let's just drag this rectangle over the texture of the waterfall. Beautiful. Now select the photo, select the shape, go to Shape Format, Merge Shapes, and choose Intersect. That's beautiful. Okay. We can go to Picture Transparency, 50%, and for the soft edges, let's make sure we have 25 points. That's looking beautiful. We can actually cut this picture, Control X, and let's paste it as a picture. So now we have this straight bounding box. It will be much more easier to animate it. Awesome. So once again, let's just copy this original photo, paste it right here. Let's make it green so that we can better see our waterfall texture. Let's send it back. And here, let's just move upwards this water texture. Let's make sure that we have the right width. So let's just drag these bubbles set aside to increase the width of this waterfall. That's beautiful. Now we can just make sure we can delete this green copy, and now let's just make sure that our waterfall texture nicely touches the bottom and the top of the slide. Alright, and once again, let me draw a full slide rectangle. It will help me to make a second copy of this waterfall. So let's just select both of these objects, let's group them, let's duplicate them, and let's join them at the top like this. Beautiful. Alright, so let's ungroup those rectangles. Let's delete them so that we're left only with the waterfall texture. And let's select both of these copies and let's group them into one group. That's awesome. Let's copy this waterfall. Of course, let's give it a wonderful name. Waterfall. Alright, and we can finally paste it into slide number 1. That's beautiful. Let's just go to selection pane and make sure that this waterfall is in the right position. So as you can see, waterfall has to be almost at the bottom. No, just before the background photo. All right. Now let's just add animation. Add animation. Let's choose line animation again. Let's just make sure that direction is down. Let's grab this red bubble and move it downwards until it clicks. Wonderful. So let's go to animation pane and let's make sure that this animation starts with previous. Duration is 2 seconds. And for the smooth start, smooth end, we don't need them, and let's make sure it repeats until the end of slide. Beautiful. So let's give it a preview. Skadoosh, ladies and gentlemen. So this is how you can make your photo come to life with an infinite waterfall and infinite water animation. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I could watch at this all day long. It's like a meditation. Wonderful. And remember, you can always adjust the speed of your animations by adjusting the length of duration. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this tutorial. I hope you have learned a thing or two. It was definitely a fun experience for me, and I'll see you on the next video.